All right, Asha for Mamunyina Kwaba once again about your platform you so a Pinaxtv. Yesterday we gave you an update about Malik Basintale. Now, 24 hours after that particular report about Malik Basintale, the reported health scare. Ya, yes, we nya stroke. If you say Malik Basintale who, in fact, yesterday we updates now. You catch him say Malik Basintale home fan about the whole stroke issue. No, we got another information and and also a part say Malik Basintale actually had a kidney failure. Into reports saying be but then up until now, no Malik Basintale, the office, so that's the Youth Employment Agency, no then and also one thing also shocking is that in all of this thing too, on Rankasa for the past 2 months, no, since September, he has not posted anything on social media. So in fact, up until time, I made this report to Ebro and which happened to be the 16th of November 2025 from another information and also patches say Malik Basintale a serious accident 2 months ago. So serious accident no so and then UK. But regardless, no in 24 behind every rumor there's an iota of truth. So this is what is really happening. 24 hours after your report is Malik Basintale reports about say we nya stroke near dia flying ako UK no. You who say penifo bi wo NDC abamu a o ma start a post bibi on social media. E chesa brand here no ampa anase bibi e koso na brabom. Na bebre one person or no so in fact or one person or position the DVLA boss, so I say DVLA boss and I know or parliament on a public accounts committee chairwoman face or no, and I just said Minuka so Ababe reacted to this. Osha, he is not really happy about the news all cry. Clearly, no ultimately say in 24 some behind every rumor there's an iota of truth. So it could be so. Nipa make an assembly Julius ni kwe coffee. In fact, let us put this picture on the screens for you to know exactly what we are talking about. This is the man I can once him. He is the current DVLA boss. In some neighbor boss say Malik Basintale when you stroke ne home fano nako UK. He's on the verge of dying. He's on life support. And koye. This man we nim dia wate, but also by ya and your baby pussy near my HS be and some new do no. Imwe nyan and I say young bompaye Emma Malik Basintale. Now let's also clarify say there are scores of people who also say omoni Malik Basintale busuafo akasa ebi mo class omoni Malik Basintale ankasa akasa na se ne tie bia no nyankopon ti no ne ho beto no obeba inshallah. But before then, this was what this particular DVLA boss posted just some few hours ago and say this particular report to eba be bro no yen hwe de o post ye ne dia to screens no so no Julius Nikwe Kothy. Oposti said, my brother, they will write their wish, but the Lord's will is our will. So happy after talking to you, Asan. So the DVLA boss Julius Nikwe Kothy part say, a month for Omuchimupo, Omadrimupo, Omini Omini dasu hunu anaso omini daso si ebe hu say ana ye beti se Malik Basintale we bu we nya stroke apro watete apansam bede nyankopon ti abrantie no obesan ba because enye nipa akwan ene nyankopon akwan owie no si ne ni age se nyeti bia no oni Malik Basintale wakasa case close wan kashi bio eno post ni picture. I don't know if this is a signal so be a cost to Branty and Abrabuma. We need to really pray for him. And Ghanaians have a habit, politicians have a habit say, Bibi cost to Abrabuma, Omonka. I just will be a leaky and sana already coded reports ebeba and God is with you. The enemy can do this. We don't know if it is the same thing for Malik Basintale. And let's also put this on record. Malik Basintale is not even 35 years. It makes it so scary. Now, in some way, you know, NPP communicator. Or no, the Ababeka or say Ghana for moment when I must pray for hashtag Malik Basintale get well soon. Malik Basintale is not going to get well today or tomorrow because a branding or your propaganda against a former president, against Obi already 80 years or 90 years, against a brand penny for no names or then in Sawo Yankupon in Susan Sobi also. Nipa or Sanse mi aba betuja enche bia ye be post a video accompanied by it onu de nempa bo ne say hwe NPP fo nyina ye watwem sorry menka ho NPP fo nyina watwem o mo bon pies papa no onwu anesa ene na this year ne helicopter crash na kan victims no nipa o de sanse mu etuja ye Bismarck Boadu. And yes, we're able to pull Bismarck Boadu's picture because in some kind, not to attack him, bemuyedu. So this is the Bismarck Boadu we are talking about. In some men, Bismarck Boadu ekanye. Or say Proverbs chapter 20 verse 17, and quote Bible. Or also catch them say new international version. Now then, I was a version because or he accompanied a video. You can share that particular video accompany us. That particular video accompany you know clearly no. Osha in some more Kenya and say Malik Basintale said you there's more and others ways to come. Or say food gained by fraud taste. Or say food gained by fraud tastes sweet, but one ends up with a mouthful of gravel. Papa ne some quote Bible na part say eduania one fa kwan paso nya ye no. Obedio udie de but then udi via na wo wenu ma bon sembo nkwan na wom akwese we deep in sembo wom sa pepe or also to also say when you deceptively gain power you may account for it either on this earth or on the day of judgment. And also to also say so ufa kuti kwan so e dada nkrofo ya propaganda na unya tumi a when ya tumi na wie be trasem no obebu akunta enya asase we so a osra himem anase judgment day. However, like Esau, if you're able to genuinely ask for pardon, God is ever merciful to forgive you. Though I do not know if Malik Basintale, a man allegedly to be seeking medical attention abroad after being involved in an accident some days ago after visiting a church. Hey, in some way, a bit cosa. A brandy air patch say. Sanam dik o kan ya wakan Bible no patch say oya de bonne na otimi de nya tumi ni wakeka ni nyina ba patch say oya sa de ni nyina obebu ho akonta na mmom sana eso etie e wo Bible no mu de waye na enye akose eso ni Jacob de waye enye konyankopon anim na ubu nkotodwe na opa na kyese yankopon fa me bonne kyamia nyankopon de kyewa ebia nyankopon de betewa ho son. And also so ka say onim Malik Basintale but the onim ne say papa we currently no yes say o UK or pa ya research ding because he's on the verge of death. Or so ka to us say maybe a trim some few months ago, some weeks or months ago, Malik Basintale nya serious accident. So now we don't know if stroke na Malik Basintale we nya no a stroke and I say accident and I say kidney failure. We don't know. One thing too we can deduce is that Malik Basintale or Yobi Ochimoto pa. So did he got the accident with the motorbike? We don't know. But we see as our NPP sympathizer or communicator somehow can or perhaps Malik Basintale had some serious car accident some days ago after or quite sorry be. Or also to also say in a car accident after some days after visiting a church, he also has asked for forgiveness, but in my honest prayer that he received full healing. Into a part say, onim say, and maybe a trim Malik Basintale days ago, Malik Basintale nya accident. Na no okwa sorry na oba no nya accident. Na onim say na Malik Basintale wakonyankopon anim abon pie so find the born in channel, no man full healing. And also I hope this will serve as a lesson to some of us to stay on issues rather than deliberately maligning reputations of people just because they put themselves up for an election. And our party said, yeah, to Malik Basintale ne ontimi yi ne Twitter account ontimi posti is because of Bonnie Odi NPP for NDC for at the bar power. Now a brand see a year Bismarck Boadu or posti a video accompanied with in some kind. And our party say na dansi yin and then someone can in any way and Malik Basintale at the kind. Now opposi sans no posti video it's a particular video involved ye babaka ye bet trust because this whole issue is really getting interest. Remember say abroad so or the same biaba or the same biaba ya hwe ye ne Malik obeje ye our scene na be ye hwe video ye ba ye bet trust.
Then Alhaji Baumia, who is a Muslim, his favorite meat is pig meat. Ayazu, Ayaza, Baumia would Nambia Brana, on Risanamro, Ajubu the Prokunam, Ebra Baumia, Ayazu, and I am a witness to Baumia eating pork. We are not saying that pork is bad meat, but as a Muslim and as an allergy, one of the things that is haram is pork, big meat. But Mahmoud Baumia, his favorite meat of all the meats is pork meat. Ayazu, Ayaza, Ayazuta, Ayazazu.
If you are cold, be cold. Today, Dr. Baumia, you can't even tell his religion. Because he has tasted all communions in churches in this country. He jumps, look, the principle...
You can't tell his religion?
Yes, I'll explain that to you.
He's a Muslim.
I can decide to be a Muslim and attend a function at church. There's nothing wrong with that. But the principality of being a Muslim... of being a Muslim is that Muslims do not accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and personal Savior. That is the tradition. Dr. Baumia has on repeated basis been even begging Jesus Christ now to accept him. You have heard videos. I can send videos where he goes to stand. He's a Christian by day. He's a Muslim by night. You don't even know where he stands. He jumps. Lack of principle.
So that is Malik Basintale. Video NPP communicator a post here or party say. Niama Malik Basintale a client and who's son and no nya. Edinako P UK memoir. Yes, son, young guy, only 34 years when you are stroke. On no grass and can't say Malik Basintale Koreano. Onya accident, serious accident some days ago. Baby a branch than enye. Now baby a no fever onya accident. Sorry. In some day, I don't even know what to believe again. Because be a candidate. In aid of this, we will say the Youth Employment Agency among country, but over NDC for more WhatsApp group one. What you hear is that may God protect Malik Basintale. We have a lot of them. There are two screens or so. But we'll come back to that issue. But then also the National Employment Agency, okay, that's the NEA. We will say in the wake of Malik Basintale news now eba. So Malik Basintale oyare yenhunu obewu ni nema no yenhunu you but yenhu say once Malik Basintale oye very popular with Kruma but dey otai amount for the channel so say 5k men 3k women and they no more to bike so no more ba the pictures are there. But then that's sorry and the chief executive officer of the National Youth Authority Osman Ayariga all of a sudden I see 5k men 3k men mombra omu koya omako efeni say circle and omu drive almost omu yeden campaign against drug abuse through the streets. So personally I was thinking say who the National Youth Agency you be who Malik Basintale because in signature any guess who we saw? We did not see Malik Basintale. I think we have the video involved. I just want you to pay a very critical attention to what you saw and what you see on the screens. That's the same men omudi Malik Basintale echi no ene omudi obi echi. Does it mean say Malik Basintale no meaning say we public relation na PR stance and I say ye che say ye tie bia no ene say Malik Basintale on tie say kwa ne legacy any ade o sha ase NDC for do finish it. I don't know. Now, young share the video involved. Ye baba kasana midi kan abronye wababe kasa. Yesterday we gave you a part of abronye in the video, but this time no, your extensive part of it. Or say Malik Basintale ni issue na ye kan ni nisu no. There's more in-depth things into it. Essential video ye baba kebe to us. So video near share, you could see in there said there's no Malik Basintale. In fact, when I heard said the bikers, the 5K men, the 3K women were on the streets, I was hoping to see Malik Basintale. Now perhaps I clearly this rumor of say Malik Basintale, he's on his deathbed, but we did not see him. What we saw was the National Youth Agency or CEO Osman Ayarega. On I say we did the works of Malik Basintale with the motorbikes and the 3K men and the 3K women. But then in all of this, okay, Abronye was one of the first people who did kind of December to just say Malik Basintale be a branch in the dano. It is not good. It is not good. There are issues that we really need to talk about. Now, according to him, there is more to it. In that video near boy, and it was just an excerpt of a long thing I boy. But then, the full video of what Abronya was talking about. Or Patches say, I don't know if the NDC, there's some power struggle, and also Musa Branty or your potential future president and our flag bearer, we don't know, or vice president, we don't know. I say, Obiso, any NDC for the SSR, we don't know. We don't want to blame anybody. But then there's more to this particular issue. Yenko tie in Sema Abronya Ekan, ye babaka. In fact, NDC for be brave kasa on this particular substantive issue. The big question in Nebisan is where is Malik Basintale? Regardless, we are praying for his recovery. But then yenko tie in Sema Abronya onuso odibe tuja or party say onu dear he holds no evil thoughts about or against Malik Basintale, because politics before politics Nyado and one blood was there. We are all Ghanaians. This is a Ghanaian watcher because of politics. But parties are regardless a branch no ye bibi papa YEA. A branch no ye no ye bibi papa YEA. Internese no ho bibi sinese biu ne ho jojo na on bompa se ongu. Empire obonsi yankopon ma na hoden na on sakra no. Na Malik Basintale ontimimbra back ontimimbra to an juma so for share the full extensive video of Abronye Nesema or the Tuja right here on this particular platform. Babaka, we will continue with the scores of opinions and messages among for share in the wake of Malik Basintale, the sudden health scare Ghana for Bibromodo Manuati.
Propaganda Basintale otimi ko fa pay slip ye fake at the Kotna G1 TV 2024 all because of power. A trod your betmadi anya power. Na mama kirasem integrity asunya pa. Me amatise wonti apobe bosomi ni babi owobiya no. Onyankopon kan ho no nsa oyade. The fact say we NDC ni na me NPP ni no wo yare e be me dedabi enyem de nti babi a wo UK bia wo sa ho yade no babi a wo UK bia wo sa ho yade no be bosomi ni no woni office sansa hodin ni wafa eye YECO Malik Basintale be bosomi ni no wo mfa nti wo yuka wo di ayaresa onyankopon kan ho no mo ho ban non saw yade na sambra fie be ye wadwuma as the youngest chief executive officer na mom propaganda yetimi kofa pay slip at that time say editro egu asofo so e wo kroma all because we want power. Ye ditro BS say die ni nyina say ye pe power. The Lord for ababe or the T books ni nyina. Afede nsema NDC for kan ye no. Kwan ban so no mo kan o masem afa say na ye ka kire Ghana for. Enei Ministry of Local Government and Religious Affairs. Say National Cathedral no Bombay na yadia ebeboa oman Ghana into ombeto so. Ehimfo a wo mudi na nado danko akofo ado atem. Eka se cathedral no ho hia no. Ebra Ahmed Ibrahim ebeka say National Cathedral beto aso no sanyemfo no mente se o ma ba bonten abekasa atia President Mahama ene local government minister Barakufo ado de sanyemfo no timba bonten bedidi na tem se National Cathedral ho hia enei ye bisa sanyemfo no mudidi na nado atem se National Cathedral ho hia no ene NDC say ho hia nto mbeto aso ene de hia na enti sa ke kansa ansem no nyina wie na so obi kasati awa enkantre obi sa oti akonwa so na obi akasati awo eya wo na ama wo na wa ma ho kwan na obi ayeden e kasati awo because enura otimi nya akukuduro sa wo yo hene e kasa didi akofo ado atem obetima wo because of National Cathedral and now party buy no o party send na fe the National Cathedral project no a project papa because every course yeah no they are getting money from the cathedral every Sunday every week basically omunya free a cathedral kese e wo every course no enya senkuma nti NDC fo ahun say ya the papa na omutimi wia ebeboa oman no ama oman no Kristo som so ayeden atumpom yenya yenuanom nkramofo ama omukura ba be supporto ama the national chief imam even made a donation to the cathedral say National Cathedral na omusi ni de Ghana Christopher momwa na nado ne NPP abai na omusi na ya de papa NDC ye politics propaganda enya hemfo binum a omufi so omuye NDC fo ebedidi akofo ado atem a obetima wo omo kasetia no and now omo party buy no omo party ni say project ne ye papa nti ombeko.
Okay, so that was a year in Sema Bronye Kan, Utias Abronye, beginning of his statement at Okan or parties at the point it Malik Basintale or Kaon or Kan Sem National Cathedral in a control eto Baumiaso, any Akufado, so and Neno, what is an enfano, and also regardless no or bon pass and coupon or man honton or man who do Timimbra back number 12. So, but then regardless of Sansem regional air costono, Sam Deacon Kaino, there's been scores of reaction coming from NDC former camp. They are reacting to this. Most of them are saying, say, Yankopon, Ombwa na onsa eye Malik Basintale yare. Now, yefa a series of this particular post ni be entry screens so. We a Charles Opoku Presido. I say on behalf of 5K men and 3K women, we wish Malik Basintale a speedy recovery as he receives immediate medical treatment abroad. Most times, those who stress and sweat in cooking the meal don't get to enjoy it. So, NPP ni we party say I am pack. Papa no ne ho ntono but uhwemu ya wo mo a omobre emeduane ne ban ye ku omu fi ho and as they don't get to enjoy it regardless no nyankopon man ho ntono na we fi Millicent Apeku ohwe ne profile na or ye staffer I think at one of NDC for office so pay no attention to the rumors things are good with my boss Malik Basintale so no so party said CBAC pe Malik Basintale owa hoden nti amanfo omo kasa bebrebe no ye semo a obia mamofa maso de enko ena eye Salifu Hamid Kanyiti opposed say wish of all man as a wish of man will only happen when it's the will of Allah. Malik Basintale to the world. And on sube posti on nobody our Mahama NDC government administration no pa say nipa pe eni Nyankopon pe na time nipa pe be Nyankopon pe na Nyankopon wa depend on the asanse Nyankopon fa pen sa ase ensanse ye dia Malik Basintale I'm sorry he will definitely live to tell the goodness of the Lord. Now Wefi Asana Majid, or say nothing on earth will touch you unless it is the will of Allah. Into also a part say yes, but bonsam any amount for masise nyema boni ewo Malik Basintale na kwan ensi agise Nyankopon ayede ama ho kwan yenhwe wefi eye Abbas Osman Muhammad Sisi. Also, let's be honest here. What has been the contribution of the uncultured and deviant boy Malik Basintale towards national development to warrant the state to fly him out for medical treatment? Okay, into a part says see ano in sema Abbas Malik Basintale yed na ko UK for emergency treatment no edeben pa na Malik Basintale waya ma Ghana ana oba any contribution be na waye ama states na or yare a owu no yet na ko UK say yen san yare or so to us say the same deviant boy who was in the media space a year ago spewing lies on why government officials are tending to their basic medical needs outside Ghana at huge cost on public purse of people who have served the country beyond discretion or doubt. So no pa say sa branti ya ene muso nyankopon ya mmompan na ho nton ni ade abranti before elections on the nam no akọ TV3 baumia yare no afa play no akọ abrochire because Ghana hospital omanye ni ene abranti yare no owu a amahama wama ye the private jet to seden afa abranti akọ abrochire according to this guy. Or see a dead man pan abranti. In fact, he even used a word deviant boy. So a boy I said be stupid and stubborn. In some bibri. Now, not just that. Hussein Ibrahim so ebe posti said they wished him dead. According to Hussein Ibrahim, no, they Malik Basintale ni peso ongu. A man for peso ongu. The lie that he had a stroke. Omuchan Trosso was stroke. The lie that he has been flown abroad for treatment. Omuchan Trosso ya fly na ko UK say yes san yare. Yet Malik Basintale is right here in Ghana, alive and what? Strong. This is pure political wickedness from NPP. I spoke to him not long ago. And our party saying, "Oh, Malik Basintale yare when you stroke at Nako UK." NPP before be crane ya je say, "Oh, Nyankopon na etua ne ka no wo pa na eba abranti na fa party say hwe." Martin Amonte abranti Malik Basintale onko UK or Ghana ha. Malik Basintale onya stroke or Ghana ha. Malik Basintale onwuye or Ghana ha. A propaganda NPP for a year. So, in some way, I just say, yeah, for Malik Basintale and San ABA bedding, ya be JD. But regardless, and to us, I say Basintale away from Milani Owusu Nessa. I say Basintale battling stroke. Rumor has it that Malik Basintale is sick and has been flown out of the country for treatment. The last time he came online, especially on Twitter, formerly now X, was 2 months ago, 30th September 2025. If this is true, our thoughts and prayers are with him. Or parties are not what to say Malik Basintale when you stroke the more thing ultimately na tenefa nyina ajojo ema edna ko UK say am papa dia Nyankopon on san yare because last time who Malik Basintale online was 30th September. Where if you breaking news GH or see breaking where say Malik Basintale speedy recovery. Reports are circulating online that Malik Basintale is receiving treatment abroad after suddenly falling ill. While we don't yet have official details, it's never easy seeing anyone go through health challenges. Let's keep him in our thoughts and prayers and hope for a full speedy recovery, sending strength to him and his family during this time. According to a year this portal, Omo parties I am pa and as matete reports HS Malik Basintale when you stroke ya dinakwa brutre. No party say some read ye sin Nyankopon pa say ye sin Nyankopon say ayede on san yare na on man ahode because yare ya de bia te say you don't even want to wish it on your worst enemy. Yan to asu bi we ha say we fi max blog or say abroad DC has dropped a shocking allegations that Malik Basintale is battling a health stroke. I pray this claim is false, but if it is true, but if there's any truth to it, may he receive swift and complete healing. It's in some way, in fact, I think we've given you most of the reactions concerning Malik Basintale, and now no, ebi mu say Ghana, ebi mu say we accident, ebi mu say kidney, ebi mu say a stroke. Yes, see, Pinifo say nipa oti ni yare no ho no, ono no onim se na ehye ana nipa oti obani jano. Onu nim se na ye den ehye fa nti at this instant ni de se na etie bia bibiesi an esi be ye bo Nyankopon pa ye se se na etie bia no o ma Malik Basintale ahwode because this is a young guy, a very young guy who has a lot to offer. What you say an it no e be so sad say as young as Malik Basintale is no bibi say ebe to no na at the end of the day no we lose such a vibrant guy. It's no Nyankopon man na ahwode ya ready sena obi edi kan post here no you don't even want to wish it on your worst enemy. Stroke, young age, only 35 years. Oh, come on. In fact, it's bad. Even if Malik Basintale was my worst enemy, Krana, I wouldn't have wished this for him. So, therefore, in some way, and say there are many reactions to it. Obia can want them, but I think we brought you an extensive report of what is really happening on the ground, and then what we can say from here. Maybe so yet na ye kan sem ne Nyankopon Send it TBA no also nimu because send na obi edi kan post here no. God's will is no human being your will. What ya say ha? It is a nipa o dream some Malik Basintale nwa. Nyankopon on science ya forget yourself. Wuda. Eno pepe sa pepe eno na no. Okay say your friend is Donald Trump. Amanfo bi try some bebu ni tuo. Edi ni see he did not die because Nyankopon ne we only say obey president at this time Donald Trump also e bibi mano. Onye sad na umfi wiase. So that is exactly what is really going on. You know, you need the insemnity. Yes, you need the insemnity. You have more updates as all of this particular events continue to unfold because your issues will be so and definitely we need to actually look at all of them. You can bring in your comments as we continue to move on in regards with the news of today. It's therefore Minoka saying that TV3 penny beshe because something went on there. Now, what you are watching on the screen is a live fight. A course between Professor Jampu and also economics Mr. Domfe. Now in some ebebre, okay, ebebre ama Minoka say no in some no ba. But then you say a watch video, but then you say a discussion was going on. A discussion was about gold board, how the city is doing well, appreciation of the city gaining strength against the dollar, and also how the country, okay, in terms of economy, how we are doing, how things are going on well. It's no Professor Jampu, who happens to be is currently serving in the NDC administration, and economist George Domfe, who also happened to be a personal, apparently, a special advisor to Dr. Baumia. They had various opinions on the friend is saying on the show. Any Professor Jampu making a submission every year, and Professor Domfe, so and economist George Domfe, so also be making a suggestion. But and George Domfe didn't say me to just say Professor Jampu attacking without attacking the issue. Therefore, you see Yehu ya ne se eni ya sorry in toko gidi Emma last minute cry yesi obi eni nkwadan kitten eda ewo eye legon. Now we have the video, a snippet of the video wa wo share. Ye babaka George Domfe wa ba be kasa said ye see ye no se TV3 for a leaky video no on ground da and you leaky what started it because ye painting picture man announce TV3 video na release ye no. It is painting a picture say or you violent on a live show, live TV. No, sorry, so Professor Jampu asum baby. Or pa say Professor Jampu and kasa and sorry, yeah. So be teaching a lesson. Now be teaching me lesson. So I'm so many ni paketwa. Yen kwashe video way of what really transpired. Ye ba ye will videos prelude. Ye see ye and son ye sign to call we you see ye and also Jordan Fair in some of the other teacher. But before the yen video ye ba back ye better. So video now share ultimately at the point in time can hear pata professor say onya abotre professor say debi on ne konya ade all kono Jordan Fair kono say Jimmy for professor Odin Kodani ade but then in the video you could see that Professor Jampu was very restrained as even though onona intokwana ekoso no but he was a bit restrained and calm. But then Jordan Fair was a person he was seen as the instigator here. In a way, in the video about out is painting him as a person or violent, as a person or tolerant of other people's views. And Jordan Fair every posted say and yes sir. Now he posted this some few hours ago before this particular show. Also, dear TV3, I got home extremely exhausted last night and went straight to bed. I just got up to work only to realize that you've dropped the videos of my encounter with Jampu. Interesting, in the part where Jampu got up from his seat and attempted to throw a punch at me is conspicuously missing from the footage. Number one, was it a trap? Did you sit with Jampu to edit the video? 2, 3, I don't mind you bringing it out, but you should have been bold enough to show the entire video. 4, I'm so disappointed in TV3. 5, this will never stop me from speaking my mind. So Jordan Fair Patch say, onu de see any see. But we are not two ni can no coffee no we coffee pen or die because I'm a bre. Now, or sorry no say videos been in from memnia o nya course near dia. And yes, professor and economist, two blows again the see no party say San Seman Kofu kin there. I mean tiasie because San Sam na course no. Ye Professor Jampo. And I na adwin so be ponche me. And am so me bufu yes I mean tena ma ne ponche me. Enu ani o. Me boni anie. And no bisa say adin na TV3 for me video no ma fa full video number. Adin na TV3 for buy o ma the video no buy no ma fa full video number. And no bisa say number 1, was it a trap? You see and ye say ye set a trap a man. 2, did Professor Jampo on the TV3 for what's nice no more your man is on edit video to make him look good and Jordan Fair to look bad. 3, or say he don't mind TV3 or say he doesn't mind TV3 or the video never back out. But for full video near baby and some a fever. And 4, or party say he's very disappointed in TV3. And 5, or party say you see and then Tokoya course with TV3, it is not going to stop him, okay, from also sharing his mind. Now I told you saying all of these, so we have a video. This particular video, no, a video Yansaka leading to this particular thing of event. Ultimately, no, Obia reacting to the video involved. In fact, this was scored by people on TV, okay, because then for share program, no, and almost okay, say we esini we sia. Because beginning, no, o share baby ana in some new corner, ultimately say Professor Jampo and Jordan Fair. Baby ana in some new corner, no omudi baby see. So it was only right, some for bedding. They will stay glued to their seat and they will see whatever is going on. But question, leading up to this particular conversation, no, you see ya a man saying to call we air a buyer, ya babaka, ya ba and a bit of his entirety. A bit of his entirety to her and talk away by and Obia and Eka was Mianko share the arguments between Jordan Fair and the Professor Jampua, it leading to this particular fight on TV3 premises.
An academic, when I'm giving a dossier to assess for people's promotion.
Okay, it's therefore we apologize for that. Who say there's an issue with the audio, but then you better more making sure say about the full video, about the full video because science no and it say omukan ya this same way so in a minute no I think we can do and work on the audio in some few seconds near the day. It's whilst we are waiting for your friend is saying. Whilst we are waiting for it, no, I think say the video of the whole fight involved. Sign toka we see no, the course will TV3 no, yen kwashe ye babaka, ye bebo modiani atwas with what really happened. It leading to this particular fight. So video question, the course, so the voice bites of the course. So I told you, say we were working on a particular video. Some video and a share baby and tokani a figure because the whole thing started on live TV. In tokani na then started on live TV. No and a then a copy mu backstage. And a copy mu backstage. So clearly, no, what we will go and watch very soon, in seminar is see, because we're trying to get the voice, now voice in I think so now we've been able to work on the voice part. In the share submission a course so between Professor Jampu and Domfe. A honor to kwano we say you attacked me, we say you didn't attack me. Sa any before I realize it's a blue spa in the issue your friend is set so yenko video no involved in fact videos to create 2 parts baby make sure say be show the first part this and to we na then buy your babaka we will definitely go and also look into the issue of varying opinions, of course. So, ultimately, it also contributed to the heat of the movement. Now, one of the things you also have to notice that in all of these things, don't fepe any Professor John Pupenana said you omo so there were other scores of people. Martin Pebu, Munina, no more. Just say you could see, say what happened was idea na very, very, very disgraceful. You should video babaka beto aso.
As an academic, when I'm given a dossier to assess for people's promotion, I look at what is right about it, what is commendable about it, what is significant about it, and what the contributions of those dossiers would be to the scholarly, enterprise. When I do that, then I will also go on to talk about the challenges or problems, and then I will draw my conclusion. So my view is that it is unfair for us to look at our analysis from an angle of refusing to give credit when there is due, when it is, we have to give credit, and then always say, no, you have not done anything. If Ghana had been on autopilot, we wouldn't have been where we are. There are things that clearly the government is doing well, and regardless of your partisan political persuasion, if it will not hurt. I mean, I think that we gain a lot of respectability and credibility when we're able to say that this is right, but this is wrong. I don't have to be NPP to say that.
I don't think I can stand here for this. I think it is too much. I have tried to remain very calm. He's attacked. I mean, when it comes to credibility,
Dr. Domfe, I say that
you made reference to me. And you are hitting me.
So, Dr. Domfe, I think you would do the program a lot of good if you let me finish. I think you have your
to those who are viewing it and watching this. Be fair to them
when you round up. All right. So, Alfred, let me make the point that I think that the program as has been run over the years has been a program. It's been a decent platform. Okay, there were so many things that he said. In fact, I'm not really making a personal attack on you. If I have to clarify, please.
You don't do that.
So I am here and I'm saying that I'm not making a personal attack. No. See, please. Okay. So, Dr. Domfe, I do not fear if I have to attack you personally.
A few moments later.
So that was the full fight, of course. So you could see, say, Tokwane started on air, no. And no, and young some year, a copy, just at the end of the day, we saw, say, Professor Odin Kodani and the other ebaya ultimately no idea very 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 sad. But ultimately no don't first about Kasa says we are painting on social media, it is making him he painting as a bad person. So what I say, so or no you be a you or a violent person or party said he is not a violent person. What I say onye violent person. Onye violent person cry, but then at the end of the day, you know, as a TV 3 4 you know, and a man no yes, such as say me painting a black and yasembuta. So in some day you pa my your suggestion based on all of these things are so what do you think about this issue? Do you think say some course? Do you think say a good issue? These are big questions. Just say at the end of the day, you know, we need to get your view on this because what happened, regardless, no, you see an idea and KOCC, you know, these are two grown men, regardless of their political affiliations, idea and KOCC the course. So idea what is at the end of the day, no, Ojo crown here. So let us know your comments. Show comments, no, our the baba, if we are net to say, be a what will be an idea. So before then, no, what won't share a year the fight video, maybe jack fights, no, I'm a washer, your babaka. We definitely have an update for you in regards with this whole news at Air Course because you got PM Kwame Nkrumah catch again Air Course in the camp of Kwame Nkrumah.
As an academic, when I'm given a dossier to assess for people's promotion, I look at what is right about it, what is commendable about it, what is significant about it, and what the contributions of those dossiers would be to the scholarly, enterprise. When I do that, then I will also go on to talk about the challenges or problems. And then I will draw my conclusion. So my view is that it is unfair for us to look at our analysis from an angle of refusing to give credit when there is due. When it is, we have to give credit. And then always say, no, you have not done anything. If Ghana had been on autopilot, wouldn't have been where we are. There are things that clearly the government is doing well, and regardless of your partisan political persuasion, if it will not hurt. I mean, I think that we gain a lot of respectability and credibility when we're able to say that this is right, but this is wrong. I don't have to be NPP to say that.
I don't think I can stand here for this. I think it is too much. I have tried to remain very calm. You know, he's attacked. I mean, when it comes to credibility,
Dr. Donfe, no, I think that
you made reference to me and you are hitting me.
So, Dr. Donfe, I think you would do the program a lot of good if you let me finish. I think you have your.
To those who are viewing it and watching this, be fair to them
when you round up. All right. So, Alfred, let me make the point that I think that the program as has been run over the years has been a program. It's been a decent platform. Okay, there were so many things that he said. In fact, I'm not really making a personal attack on you. If I have to clarify, please.
You don't do that.
So I am here and I'm saying that I'm not making a personal attack. No. See, please. Okay. So, Dr. Donfe, I do not fear if I have to attack you personally.
A few moments later.
So that was in Sema Eko. So therefore, you moving on to other issues. Now, the question about who overthrew Kwame Nkrumah, in fact, our first president of the Republic of Ghana, it always lingers. Now, Unima, the person, and according to history, Nipa overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. Lieutenant and a Lieutenant Colonel Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka. He was a person who successfully, Kwame Nkrumah, or deposit Kwame Nkrumah, if he had ultimately, which led to the exile of Kwame Nkrumah. But and then Minoka say a historian Kwame Anoche or the same be Ababe Tuja or part say, in some way, a question, and yet only Kutuka Ɛyana sɛ ɛyɛ Colonel Kotoka kwa ɛna ɛyɛ obi a sɛbi odi egyinemu ɛma yi Kwame Nkrumah efi adeɛ so there be. Kotoka no, he was the then commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. But then clearly, there are lots of people are not mutaichi. But then no, you see, this history is very important. Kotoka Kwame Nkrumah ifi adeɛ so a wintiman baby on. No sa Kotoka na yesutu ne bonitu kuno. Nti nipa ni edi n'anim. Oh, yedu Kwame Nkrumah yeyi ni ifi adeɛ so on boy ni adeɛ the same person no. Na on the squad no omudi echi omo successfully omutimi ye ya omo overthrow Kwame Nkrumah the government no the same person echi ne ka se wa ha Ghana ema ye boni tuku no. But then yenkotie historian Anoche how he actually broke this down babaka yebeto aso ne ahwe the various angles in regards with this particular update aba. In fact, in terms of history, on my more details into it. The video babaka yebeto aso.
Surgical Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Onoso no way you were a Ghana Maya to the stand say no 1972 27th April 1972 Nana Mijina class 2 Mekaipa say a she or minor to the stand to say Nampen phone say a funu no cry no say no na Debbie na abrofone say ade ya Kwame Nkrumah Omo emane mahabium ntia Robert bi na omo de abrain ntia hye wo man ni ye pa Saje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na ni wo ne ye ewu a you will blame him or you two na ba na kokotena Guinea you two 66 up to 72 and owu ye wan come medical check up da no no so de yare free Ghana na de ekoye
na say ya na ye two no
ye na ye two no
ntia fe na ya odi na ye di no
Sir, a tune nya or mining in the tune. Say your mining the year cool. A soldier for being a year cool. A two or no young mine or mine.
That is not a full representation of all of us.
Okay. And now young who's a nipano. Now, dear question, you know, upon the tune, I dear by my kind and say from 1966 I to 72 no do we here. Factories so CC and to me see back crank. Airport or building here, university where your hospitals acquire Yantuma nye bibia. Sa no na Kotoka a year after the coup Kotoka kacha and for and say, hey, near so Kwame Nkrumah corrupt and a CIA for my scam you do too, papa. And a whole 1 year no. Yantumi nya na Nkrumah so man 1 year can one kobe no ma pao.
Imagine.
Nti be yanka mommy and friend and yan for mine no e man no. Sa anya Nkrumah na de. Okasem we February 67. March, April 2 months, 17th April, abortive coup near Kotoka. Among all the leaders of National Liberation Council, na Kotoka nkwa yekuno. The death was a mystery. So I dream about it. Sama Kwame Nkrumah we are conspirator. Nti say yeku. Now Nkrumah so ni wono owu Guinea. And the Guinea president and say on penemi and body no ema secretary because Ghana rejected him and he assigned a yide to ni triso so we obetu ma che Nkrumah de na ba Ghana ni osikakase bia ye de ebema mpo de ni nyina ha me se ne ya me ya pa ne se o mu ko ne bedroom no ne ntari ne bibia e na o mu yi na o mu di bagu Central Accra e na o mu frefre kaya yefo na ordinary people atonton no ma wo kwan se ye boni dongo bi no o mu metobi ha nti so man no ye ntumi nkwa ye ni ma woni se ya boy ye hu dua da
no ye no me o
woni se ya boy ye hu na no me we hwe ni soja fo ni ye ni o the Fakwa University so woni se University of Ghana led by a famous history Professor Finn etumi yi Kwame Nkrumah books what all the libraries in the university near the Babegu, the center part of the university, the petrol, the near Chejadi to university. University, Chejadi to Eshen. What you say? Enti, and Yami one say a Tumukwaji, I am a physical United Bana, Sikana, Ashe, Nkrophobia, because the country is operating under a curse. Now, if it is not, how can it not be a curse? Or Maya, who want to me a produce? Africa's man of the millennium. Millennium 1,000 years. It means that the past 1,000 years. Obibia ya wo ne ba wiase o yetuntum no the greatest ene Kwame Nkrumah. Not the only international airport I won. Nipa no obabetu Kwame Nkrumah no start you na si wo. Ani di that's what. Don't miss a country what the moon. Who's a what the moon? It is a walk mosque mu na Bible na edapono so ho. And I say walk Pentecost was sorry them. Na Quran na edaho. Nimi anu they don't fit. Ntia no me. Kase pa. Ntia believe said ye wo bibi ase ye ma mpanimfo bi anya ba akopɛ. Mpanimfo bi pa ese na next time na meba ha no. Ye beba be kan no me no ho. Asem ye beto aso pa ye hwie moja bi egu. Ya bobere bi a me gidi se enye late. Nti asofofo na wo Ghana no. Ne ehia ma wo mo pa no. Ene se wo mo ba be ye ebe redeem oman we. What you say, you are DB a year subo for Friday more maya. Omo for mo adwene enko na no maybe et say obi to say champion ni wo. Ene sa amedome. Ene feli ne. Wan mu kote ne ya boachi mo. Amenya boni bia wo wi ase kufo. Mukumu wo mu. Ene aleta fo ne ye pam wo mu no. Menua kwa ye fa so pam wo mu no wahu. Na ha adwende we kesenas. Be ba be kan wasem. No mu nyai se Canada Japan ne be wini. Brand champion ne be wini, when ne be wini, that will bring nothing to the nation. And see redeem o mino. Neja NPP ne be wini, has ne be wini, kotoko ne be blasa beshewe. Debbie.
Near Juma womu dititireni.
Ye hear deliverance.
Juma kasa
ye hear deliverance for the nation. Ye hear real deliverance for the bonibia yaye. Okay, trust him. Israel for omu da ombe ye boni tia nyame bi omu kwako a omu lusu to omu lusu ene fo omu aba wa chomu sa ekan okofa bibi wo sa wa hene no sei ebi no mkobo adwaman sa ye kokosom abosom bi nti se oman no etena se yenya national day of revival na ye twene kwa past ye hu ade bi adi ye nkrofo bi
go back into time and bring them back
na ye ma wo mpaye na no krese se na your constitution is state no say it is a nation under God na mpaso gira sorry court dem na wo kasa what the Bible wo swear Bible na Quran na cross and they swear say you did this sadia na it is also on record say more than 73% of the people of Ghana are Christians and about 20% are Muslims. Now the rest are traditionalists. It means nyina ajinya mididia. Then we need redemption. Otherwise,
okay, so that was historian Anoche in Semodi Tuja. But let's move on from that issue. Minoka say personal OD Ijinemu Aye the lawyer for 1 more year deportation with US Aba Ghana. You remember so the government of Ghana had a deal with the United States government say 1 more or more stay in the US are trying to deport your money and that particular deal no because it's in place no Ghana your 5-year visa now you revert here quite 3 months no but no say no or masa ya manako 5 years and we are enjoying some basically leniency in terms of the Trump sanction. Now in all of these things are announced same way are air cost no nipa or your lawyer okay Oliver Baka-Vomowo. And also, about reacting not to your friend is saying the whole deportation because the whole deportation issue in the courts. Okay, will sue Ghana government, but then he has reacted to the LWAC now. We of course, ministers and also the government announced say, "Or more sure modation Ibusiano, you better nipa ba kubie fi say Ibusiano near the Ashe military." And now Oliver Baka-Vomowo party say, "Idea constitutionally no, it is not right." Now he actually posted a piece now or him why this particular thing it goes against the constitution. I don't know if he's going to storm the Supreme Court and stop this from happening. But the whole screen so clearly it tells you exactly what this whole thing is about. Osha or say I'm deeply saddened or Facebook or say I'm deeply saddened or say I'm deeply pathetic or sorry yes start also some thoughts. Number 1, I'm deeply empathic for lives lost at the LWAC. Anyone who has followed my public comments since the incident will admit that I haven't been censored in calling out the murderous tomfoolery of our military elites. Common sense was completely lacking, and these deaths are their cross to bear. Into a part of says, and some years see no follow now being said be or common sense say military for and a courses are we into a mona say you was here then you bought almost a war or sounds so twice so a year number 2 no or so no doubt as a society bear responsibility to those whose lives are lost. As no doubt, we as a society bear responsibility to those whose lives are lost. No, I said, yes, CBR, I was saying, you blame me as a society. 3. That said, I want to spend minutes to express why I do believe that giving their families an automatic slot at the Ghana Armed Forces is both wrong security policy and plain unconstitutional. I know, I just say, yeah, can't say, no. Ni can say in sema abani edi ababe tudwa say ebe ma wo mu a ma hwe omo dihye no obia family member baako ewura military no pa say ade a enye and sanso ye unconstitutional. Or sanso to also say our constitution is built on the idea that public institutions serve the collective. Recruitment into the armed forces is not a memorial gift, nor a welfare package. I would assume the recruitment will be guided by competence, training standards, and the operational needs, of the public. To convert vacancies in the armed forces into compensation slots is to misunderstand what security services exist for. And all parties see na ye ka say ba be ma wo mo show mo dihye no obia automatic slots no in terms of Ghana security no e ya de a enye because we run military mu a ye hwe na ma bebre o posture o health your willingness, your strength. Would we be going by those standards? But I honestly understand the rationale behind these suggestions. It's a country where politicians are giving protocol slots for recruitment, things they deny in public because they know deeply in their hearts that's legally unjustified. No party say because politicians see on one slots on true protocol. Omo baba abonti abeka se enye no kre but omo kumemu no munim se yampa na omo kan amanfo obetwe omo no esi omo so because e illegal. Also yet it bears emphasizing that the armed forces is not hereditary estate. The republic has never designed military service as a form of inheritance where the death of one family member entitles another to take their place. And no party said yes, I will see who say military no enye hierarchy say obiwu no a military personnel nipa no nebusuani wo so room they do it based on competence. So once we establish that precedent, we create the conditions for a patronage pipeline within the most sensitive security agency. Today is LWAC, tomorrow it will be another tragedy, and the government will find itself allocating enlistment spaces on the basis of emotion, political pressure, or public sympathy rather than merit. And our party said, DAC, and then a LWAC. Today, a LWAC, but now a bit maybe before. Into a bizo, one more helicopter crash no muko yeno, or more the among slot and I said that should be military for or mukako serve your mind or not, or mudu draw ebu. Just like that, and also you ever out because woman winning in inform phone ship debi or purchase a military noble remuno is based on competence, not merit. Can you do the job? Are you fit for the job? These are questions, sir. Bisa. And yes, obidi shewu debi sa adene de emboa or purchase a yes ni de enye ya but then I was see who said at the end of the day no the military no said you enya sorry anya and I say enye ebusuan achede. It is something based on merit. So these are the words of Oliver Baka Vomowa. Wa church on yema be but I think say in regards with time, we'll just concentrate on this one because can you know say adia Ghana ban no emfa kwemu. So that is the issue there. Let us know what you think about this particular issue. Do you think say in some of papi air canon adia emfa kwemu and I say in fact, when we said the deaths, no dear, Sebu, a idea, and was say, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. These are basic things, and was it to me at and I was making sure say ain't but ultimately is see no ye politicians almost so in order to stop this what we should do as a society is so simple yemma one more or masho mo this year no say be yemma mo kwan no mutimi ra the public service and Oliver air party say unconstitutional. We live to see if he is going to storm a court to make sure say san same way a ekoso no o ma ne nkoso ana so be siki a constitutional interpretation we live to see. So that is the issue a ekoso. Let us know what you think about this particular issue as we are about to jump right into the next issue and answer the order of the day. So that is the issue a ekoso. Let us know what you think about this particular issue. Yebetuaso. For picture any video I will show on the screen a sad event after actress Yvonne Okoro. So if you don't know actress Yvonne Okoro, this is the actress we are talking about. I believe she's somewhere right now around 40 years. Beautiful Ghanaian actress Yvonne Okoro. Yvonne Okoro acting a lot of Ghanaian movies, a friend Gollywood, and also Nigerian movies, a friend Nollywood. She's both a Ghanaian and also a Nigerian. But then, and let me know, say, at renting be and a sad news at woman, yeba can want him. That's sorry, a JB at to baby, Neja to baby, no, a one fee na ata, a Diana, a Boba, a Yvonne Okoro, Yvonne Okoro, the Abanis in your Jack Tony fee, assembling a hot and information, eba say, Oko a year, Accra. East Lagona, your baby a friend Afri Royal Hotel. Now, sa Afri Royal Hotel, no, apparently, no, ye chim ye say a Yvonne Okoro die. Now, you name ye see ya a year 2 days ago, the 14th of November 2025, in the evening, around 6 p.m., 8 p.m. going, and the Eja Efi Hotel Hoba. Now, Ejano, a year serious to the extent, said time a bed fire service for crass or Mombrano. Na Ejano a spread it. There was short videos of the incident. Ebe mo akwa share ye babaka ye betuaso. So that was Yvonne Okoro in hotel now ultimately say bystanders or mutual video no omodebe tuja. Now you best share another video in the shots no you see Yvonne Okoro herself the stress as a businesswoman pumping millions to build a hotel, okay? Now all of a sudden the Eja Elto hotel for all various reasons you don't know. Our fire service and then ombeba and I channel obeba uni. You can share this particular video involved. This video you see Yvonne Okoro herself in the shot. Yeah, back more updates. So you could see clearly say Yvonne Okoro na ejina enim ho a say she was very petrified, she was very sad, and we are learning once again say hotel ni din Afri Royal Hotel ewo East Lagos. We are learning say ne die it is owned by her. Ono akasa ne die say oja tuma enya asem kitwa. Now in all of these things any same way na akoso we are also learning say in some way na ekoso no fire service for ba ho emomutimi put the whole thing under control. So we don't know currently about the update because Yvonne Okoro himself or very primitive, and as you be obia to say on pen one sem on canin sem will be dream. So we don't know the update as to the issue. Say in some way see no you they've been able to do something about it, how they got the fire under control, time and fire service so by, and we don't know exactly the whole thing into the whole thing in regards to this particular issue. So that is the whole thing that we can see on authorities the whole thing is under control. Now if you say so near called Barbados. O24 say to me no kasi wa kupiem e wo Barbados na no ye mamu update so e bro kupiem no we saw say the likes of Denta the likes of Fudimaya and a host of others or more one of the dignitaries of Musia O24 say to Ebra Okosia and I say Ebra Omoka the Prime Minister of Barbados one or more coming to 247 say to no 247 to I making certain comments there. All parties said repatriation say abroad for omobeye slave trade ni niema no sa niema ni nyina no ehun sunsan so okay ɛde ba ɔman no mu a bɛpem ne amanfoɔ pa kyɛ sɛ yɛmfa aborɔfoɔ ɔmo yi ɛnkyɛ ɔmo da no ɛyɛ otumfoɔ ɔsɛtutu ɛpa kyɛ sɛ the perpetrators of the transatlantic slave trade no yɛde ɔmo bɔne ayɛ den akyɛ ɔmo, but they must atone for their sins. The ɔmo yɛ ne deɛ ɔmo anyɛ ne yie yɛde ɔmo bɔne akyɛ ɔmo, but then they have to account. I don't know how they have to account for their sins. Yɛnti otumfoɔ ɔsɛtutu because this is coming at a particular point in time. Osha London Museum, Oma started returning some of the stolen artifacts. Omuwie fee, otumfo said to Nananom, Anomuya himfo, like the golden stool, like the regalias in the maniema. So you don't know if otumfo said to some Okano, if he's talking from home and as the next action from by Ghana and Asanteman to sue London or UK, we don't know. Yentin some of the tuja, Yebabaka, Yebetuaso.
So that to have held between the leading policies of countries in Africa and member states of CARICOM should and must be used to coordinate our position and present a common front on the international stage in global forums like the UN, the Commonwealth, the Bretton Woods institutions, and the G20. We should use our combined strength and speak with one voice on issues like the reform of Bretton Woods institutions to enable them better serve the needs and interests of small and developing countries.
Young.
But if we manage our economies well, the diaspora here, we can collaborate with Africa. Africa has all the resources that we don't have to go to the Bretton Woods for the money. We don't have to. If we manage it properly, we can look after ourselves. We have all the resources, we have everything there. And so the students, people who've gone to school, engineers and also are there. So we can plug them from Grenada, from Barbados and everything. Give them, charge them with the mining engineers, go and dig the mine. The doctors run the hospitals. Let us run it for profit. And then we can do it. But we go to Australia, they take my concession and they go to put it on the stock exchange and take the money and bring back and buy the machines and bring back, telling me it's an investment. But we give them the concessions. Because I'm not in charge of the concessions, the government that is in charge of the concessions. And they take only 10%. I asked the Prime Minister of Norway how they organize their oil, and he said, tell your president to take 70% as a start. I told the then president, who was there, I wouldn't mention the name, that look, that is what the Norwegian president has told me. He said, Majesty, we don't have money, so we have to go in small, so let's agree to what they want to give us first. And we've lost it till now. We don't have the money. In the same vein, we should work together on the complex issue of reparations, seeking fair access, development, and compensation for historical injustices, some amounting to crimes against humanity. The transatlantic slave trade was the largest long-distance forced movement of people recorded in history. If truth be told, it was a crime against humanity. We may have forgiven the perpetrators of such heinous crime, but we should compel them through strong international advocacy to atone for their sins. I was not confronted, but I met a Surinamese in Holland. And she wanted to ask questions. I said, let her ask. She said, Majesty, why did you sell it to the people there? Why did you abandon us? I said, my dear, let me be very honest with you. As I speak to you now, we are all now educated and civilized and all those things. But we are still being manipulated by the West. So 400 years ago, if at this stage I'm still being manipulated, my economy and everything is in their hands, what would you have thought about 400 years ago? Where my granduncles were, what? They didn't know anything about anything. So they went there, forcibly bringing Kofi here, Kofi asserting his authority to get back. So I said to she came back, knelt before me and shook my hands and said, Majesty, I thank you. I thank you very much for being very frank and open with me. I said, so it wasn't our fault. They are still controlling your economy wherever, my economy wherever. So we are not in charge of it again. Still, America, Britain, everywhere, it's happening. We still will be manipulated. They will still come to us to take our resources and take it back there. That is why we have to sit up and then and see how best we can manage our own affairs.
Sema otumfo say to odi tuja just he said something there personally touched my heart. Say emre bi okọ nhyiemudie bi ewo abrochiri na obi ebebisa no nipa no hwa say black American obi say otumfo say to we asante hene the largest kingdom in West Africa. Adintia na papa nom amoya ahemfo mo ton ye ema abrofo a yebedi slaves. Ono say hwe minua ba ma tie o. Ye papa no that time not they were not educated but ne kra na ye educated ma kusku akoye masters kra no omo ba be chinchin yensa ege resources na ye papa no ma asebio omuntimi nka ABCD. They don't know calculus, they don't know algorithm, they don't know you can think of it. Into part say a daily idea asebio ye nyina ye ku yinim ewo wiase no perhaps no we will learn something, and as time goes on, perhaps things can change. What you say, never be timasa or this answer etuja. So it is something which really hits home. A idea it hits home, and we believe that as time goes on, more things will be done in regards with this. And how at the end of the day, near my so that is Otunfo all parties say in 70 DAC, one more slave trade, one more be a slave trade a African they but then they are forgiven, but then they must account for their sins. Account no and be a say be reparations and I say be a secretary be as a condolence. I don't know. These are big questions, sir. CBO in sheni. But the 2 nana wakasa. I believe at the end of the day, it is up to us not share how we'll be looking at all of these issues and also the way forward in same way the air course. So we'll be giving you more updates into this particular issue as all of these various events continue to unfold. Now, so Menoka say Charles Kojofosu aka Dad Lumba ne yeno se bebasu se embasu yenim. Because day in, day out, Kamiako said there is more details into it. And let's say, at the point in time, you even get confused because you don't know what will be the next thing. What you say? Because they biane in sema ebeba. Adi chimbiani in sema ebeba in regards to the Lumbers issue. Enya semkitwa. Na and then we can say Ebusian Penny Tupac. Na sem aba. In sembe na aba. Apparently, Chum said. Sikebi akoso ebra ye lumba 1 week ni sike sika bebre ama sika ni bi eba na nchen na sika na eba na nchen ye account hu say emu 30,000 Ghana cedis ebusan peni dia ko book hotel and say hey ye wako book hotel for what and no ebusan peni amanfo twi ebusan peni say all this while no say na papa no de oye ni nyina na say bi ordwen ne ho. And on Ebusian Penny said, let me explain before they hang me. Because in Chimu Ewumu, Ebusian Penny added lengthy a year we aba. A wakuti in summer, a course, so because during all of this one, a year lawyer, Ebusian Penny, Kasanka, a year kufi wusu, wababe kasa, or kasa ye, UTV, and I just say, or didn't seem to just a mouth will be bree, train, so 1 year, dear, 1 year say, I didn't know this kind of years and no church, we say, hey. I didn't know my mention with the and they say, Meno, a cry horror mente ho. I didn't know ye quacquay no soon a meet me quada bonting, they be Ebusian Painty semi, there was a hotel fees and in my name a bim. The hotel fees in 30,000. Well, Yankoni could see in summer a year Ebusian Penny edituja. Ye babaka ye better us because definitely there is more reactions are in regards with in some Ebusian Penny to ye babaka ye better us.
Dan pacho eye wa wo fast ne yere eye mami akosia sewa. When was the last time when ne kasa
akosia sewa eda obaya ye last meet na me dam payfo a ombo ayi ni na ase no Sada no na onukura kusa sewa onkasa wonkasa na nadamfu bi wo ho ene ye no me kofre ba ko no se asew me pa chaw me de ka asem na me board the word asew no edu na ono na damfu no beto share me so se enu na ma kura twensem ya bawo adan ti na me fresh assistant na asew na me so sister aso de ba kono kura ne ma me agya ne na me te se wa ba no kura me frɛ na se wo na me frɛ no enti so me frɛ na se wa asante de ye frɛ se wa etumi frɛ sem bia pe bia enya fi on na starting tokwa no ena ma ho ye tokwa ndia ko so asɔre ye no a okɔ eno ani Germany enti be te ya no so asande ma ba court. Look at this.
Wow. Eti da eba ni se no de to park ne ka wudi no.
Na hu se ya bo me we. Elda ne ya bo me tire. Ya de asumade ahye maso. Ene ya bo powder wo mkom se ya ayi konfu. Wayi sika na 1 cedi kuradi. 1 cedi. Ya dis kan be go obi anyi 1 cedi. Expenses wo. Anso kura ye ntei. Me bomb pie say ye benye sika because Zambia no be ya de na o mse president be boa nanso so onyan first kan my no wo ska so di ko shem na ya de no na be to wa na de ato de da eye ya ye ne manti ne ye enya me abusua panyini ana me first kan ko mo abusua fo nkodi obi anya first kan enso omo ye te say abusuani panyini de bre wo di sika ena kum tata katana ko fata tata tata me di anasa me yede eye na ye no eno aho na de kaba eno aho so ebra na de bo empanyifo so wo mu a bibia wo mo cheke entu ya sa na asa ugu abusuani panyini ni mase aso ya bobra anya bia ma ye adwuma wo agisi for good 23 years ma ba pension ajapadi nso asabi ko for didi anyame atome bibia no obi wo wiase mu mi ni bi ne ya de na wo betena ayi hu a na abusia panyini mama na 75% abusia panyini me say abusia panyini na me ye no me yente se elder me sum nyankopon enti me nya abusia panyini krofo na se bi me nya abusia panyini ko hwini enti kum taka o kasa on turo boase ani abusia pani ai sei abusia asam no ntiase a ya won sua no hwem ansa no adaka na seriously o ka sa na obubo mti hon I don't like it nti mo manente sabi menya abusia pani se ono e sofo wo ya yi asori wie den ya na se ya se kotoka na ebra untu botom yi asori sika na obi ya kotoka na raba nti on se management ya manager enya de ye eda fomo se se de ano kasa sa enya de eda fom eye we ye no mabre afero enti nana so ba mu no eya so wa ba mu ese se onu so ba mu na ye but do se me ka check and think critics ska bi wo me yi no eni nti na ma me ka kire mpan fo se yenyi ska ne ma ma no chop money na de na eche o de azie enti o kasa ya o ya na kasa na bi da benya ko ite tare tete obi tete tete mi ko tete ko
ebu zaben wa fa ko fi
mame
me pa chi o u ka se mo bo eyire no mo akonwoma me pa cho ye ma me akosua sewa mo ma ni bia na
oh yeah me de ma bote kura me de ma no ze o mo kokko na mi siam ya me transfer man ko no kura a de ba ma no mi sa bote wore engineering ye manager oni on fanyi sa
on fanyi me pa cho uso de ma hwan ya
ono ane wo fa na o odi wa o si na nan no
okay ono na
transfer scan man
okay me pa cho the same amount na mo de ma odobro
the same amount na o ko cha se be e ka ho odobro ni mba ya okura de sen ka o mampo so ko manyi bi na so ko ye bibi sesi a se de si o mbesi abe kan wo mo ha no tan wa so we scan o ma nka se bi die do change so de ko maba ko na ba ko de no so nche bi that me be kan ha kire wo
Wafa me pa cho into how many months in here mo de chop money na akọ
oh chop money the time so much be 2 times because you know ye krosu no ye na ye krosu no ani ye ma wo musika ana na nsenso so ye ma wo musika me si we ye ma wo musika ti dan kan ti kreti kan be kan ansan ye handle over ma na nada de so abahin
eti da me pacho me pese me bisa wo se eye sika na ukoyi ye ne 30,000 no bia na odi bi gbo akonma na bia na mudi bi to odwan no
no a
me pacho na se sika no eye na mo ye ne so emfaso a okay inti na da me say se sika ne ye eye ni sika eda ho
emfaso na da ho emfaso
inti emfaso ni se
me pacho me kopa me bosia ba ye no yen kan tro mo say ye no me ko ye da di lumba ye ama ofa ma fasika minim se da ho me ye di abo abusia na yire na namba nni nuanom
okay
enu ti na me we kura lucky o na me se ma mi say ya dan ya o mo dem o dan no kura say entina eso se ye tumi yi na me frɛ for still no one crime nti enu kura ye nya obi a obey that estimate no ka me yi free o ka me yi ye dia na ka ma sam kakraka
ampacho inti that means say sika na eda on eyeye ni sika na eda ho
eyeye sika
inti eyeye ni sika eba ne sen na da ukoyi sika efri ho abra wo waye ebusuan pen de enka bia ubetumi di wusika e di ahwo mo ne yeye ni wi a
ebusuan 600 aba ne yeye ni ensaso aba no mensan ko pesika ensan fa me ye wo bepre ye na ye nya wi se fi ya be na na se ye be billboard na ye be na ye na bia man no so didi ye na bia mesa ko yisik na na wi a meni ni hia obehwe ka oben billboard no na na ye dream man na na mfa ni sika enkoye nti scanner da wona no abi ye be say ye ko tua sa billboard na edi hu djuma no nti se ya start ya ye no de bibia be ye no bia no esese ye iska ni ye de ko minim se yatena se yebeka sanse mi nyina omo ebesoma soma omo nyina se yiska mo omo de fufuro ka koba
okay iti mpachi wo na che say 30,000 away ni de nya de o de be call back
dabi let's me back go back bia sika na mu ye nkonta ebe ya fra
okay
iti ye nkonta ya fra wo mo ebesoma soma wo mo ebesoma kwa ese ye tumi na ne fa pom ene senka ye ne beka ho
and daddy na say 400,000 where you move 30,000 to say anu say u be court kra na obe kokko yiska wom e de akọ
me court akọ e dey say me court ho a say ebi na wo kan mi ko yisika yenyine yenyan kasa yusu yisika
okay
eko they say they be am to petrol go me kam mi use cylinder they be am to petrol go kam jiji ebi na wo kan aso say me ko me ana me sponsor na maye o te ade so me am sika they be am Africa me ko na maba na wo na me se me wura sika no a sika na eye ne kura ye be ye bomba ezi be ye sika kan e be so but ani ma bi ho dia ehia e se ye tumi clear sa na ma
ahwefo nti nsɛm a ɛrekɔ so no akyɛ sɛ ebusuapani a yɛyɛ kasa wakɔ wie wɔde ne nsa abɔ sika nim no a ɔkyerɛkyerɛ mu what really went on so saa nsɛm no ɛna ɛkyɛ sɛ ɛrekɔ so yɛn moving on to other issues a na ɛkyɛ sɛ Ghana budget a na no yɛsahene Atofforsen finance minister ɔkɔ kanye ɛwɔ parliament no kame akwese ate asempa adinti na make sa I'm saying this because on the same bia ba betu say Ghana will be pursuing nuclear power and as a hydropower no ebi enewo screens so these eyin eneye system and as abrochi di omuta yusu it say no enebo omo Emma omo lights no indundum basabasa at the end of the day no omo kanya ni timisi so sa Emma more power me no ka say no we are learning say that is the new year eba to say eba be solve dum so e wo krom ha say to say eye nije idea eye nije ye pa bi na hu on the screen eso ye pa eso hydropower de eso most of advanced countries in the Europe America and also Asia and no mo use now let's put this on the screen where in summer about also Ghana will begin construction of 1,200 milliwatt state-owned thermal power plant in 2026. The project will utilize an extra 150 million standard cubic feet of gas per day from the OCTP partners and also GPP2, aiming to boost energy generation and supply and support industrial growth. So in summer your finance minister party say adia UK for ya UK and our London until light of that or Germany, Berlin, Düsseldorf, until light of that. That thing is about to happen in Ghana because system of Mugusu, wind turbines, the power plants, the nuclear power plants, no, ye baby ye be into ocean aside that nuclear power plants and ye can want them. Now, some nuclear power plants, no, at the end of the day, ama a ye doom so a cost on a to be completely because ocean nuclear power plants now, most countries no more useful. They have excess electricity. In fact, electricity it produces in abundance. Ghana is no your friends, your population echo nim day in day out. Your population echo nim no. We need to put things in place. No, your population need grow. Electricity are one, and now the power supply of the country it can meet the demands of the people, and that is exactly what is really going on now. Party say in 2026, Ghana you be beginning construction of this particular new power plant, or party say 1,200 milliwatt state-owned thermal power plant. This particular power plant, or party say be producing. Use 150 million standard cubic feet of gas per day. So that is the issue at Air Coso. Now let's move on to other issues we are in regards with Regina Daniels. Okay, me no can say no information be about because Regina Daniels a party say you time we share no we did 17 years so there only bear now no oba already 17 years train plan now you be or under age, unless of course who need plan now bear man also you're 17, so you're 17 now date you about you're 17 munyina we the same age. It's no say abofra now yeah that munyia time now dating no we under age oban so under age fine, but we bear man we the 17 no oban the 16 na bear man record 18 na oban record 17 na wo bear man na we the 18 we are dating an underage girl born into same Regina Daniels ebeka say nedwoko time a oshia no we the 17 no it means say you nedwoko of faith in bofra and no ena nedwoko so ebe posti date of birth and answer or then the passports ne voters idea INEC eba ya or say Regina Daniels the real date of birth one the INEC card so HSA won in 1998 10th October 1998, which makes her 27 or 28 years. So according to Nedweko, time we share Regina Daniels, now Regina Daniels 21 years. That is the issue I want. Menuka say very dark man and need inseminative all this one. Wababa react. Please, this is our last video. It's for yes, Monty and Kabium. Thank you so much for watching.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hey, chat, can you hear me? Chat. Now, if you hear me, make I end the live. I don't even understand. I don't even see the comments to even know. Anyways, I'll definitely round up for it to be coming up. Then you are hearing me, right? So they came and said, "Oh, Regina was 17 years old when Ned married her," and I'm like, "Wait a minute." These same people that are following Regina to say she was 17 years old when they married her, why did they not go and stop the marriage that time? Because they were obviously older. All the time that they were in her comment section, hyping her anytime she posts something expensive. Why are they not telling her that, oh, you small girl of 17 years old, you dey chop this money? Do you understand? Why didn't these people tell her these things? And in everything, they chose to ignore the part where the mother, the first time when people were saying Regina was too young to get married, they chose to ignore where the mother came out to debunk it and said that her daughter is matured and that people should stop talking about them. Now, what am I trying to say? Personally, I will say this because a lot of you just decide to take whatever thing you want to take from my video. Personally, the girl needs help. And the best help she can get now is to carry herself. Carry herself. make she waka. Make she just stay away from all these things. Stay away from all this media. Just carry yourself, JJ. Do cleansing. Make your head clear. You are a good girl. You are a beautiful girl. You have a lot of years ahead of you. These people advising you on social media, they just want to make you feel good. These are like liars. These people lie for a living. These people that lie to themselves. You know, imagine a woman of like 40 years old telling me that Regina Daniels is a role model. Are you not an idiot? I tell you, one woman of over 40 years old tell me, say, I like the girl. She inspired me. She's like my role model. Madam, are you mad? You can give birth to that girl. How can that girl be your role model? Eh, auntie? Regina is my role model. Anyways, my own is to always come and tell you people what it is. If you don't want to hear now, Nasabi, and this is the last part of the whole live. Now, when I say I want to come and crash business in Nigeria, people don't understand. I will tell you how. Can Very Dark Man crash business? No. Can Very Dark Man make things cheaper? Kind of. Can Very Dark Man change people and change the way business is being run in Nigeria? Yes. Now, let's do it. Let's take this for instance, right? If I decide to start selling phones today, nobody's going to sell better than me. You know why? It's simple. A lot of time, we don't have no refund policy in Nigeria. Nobody's trying to structure their business to refund. Nigeria is a hub of scam between vendors and customers, right? Imagine creating a network where people are not scammed by representing it by yourself. They say the best way to change something is by being inside that thing you want to change. Like, let's say, for instance, if you want to make Nigeria better, you have to put people that have Nigeria at heart. Do you understand? Let's say, for instance, I become the president, right? Nigeria is obviously going to get better. You know how? Because I have a lot of plans, right? Obviously, I would never want to be a politician, right? But I'm just saying, to change the country, you have to be part of the system. We cannot change the country from outside. We are just doing the barest that we can. Do you understand? Anyways, now, Kuku Sabi, I don't talk the one when I won't talk, and I go do all right. Peace and love.